Hello friends, welcome to LeggLife and happy Sunday. It is a beautiful day here in Anchorage. Like, it is springtime and beautiful, and the door is open and there's fresh air and sunshine, and the sun is up past like 8 p.m. now, and just feeling so good today. But I will say, I am hungry. And I recently came across a recipe online and I saw it and I was like, I'm making that. Do you guys ever do that? Like, you see a recipe and you're just like, 100% that's gonna be made. I'm gonna stuff that in my face. This is one of those recipes. We've made a lot of different kinds of stuffed mushrooms. So one of the things that I love is that a stuffed mushroom you can really kind of customize, but I've never made this. This is a jalapeno popper stuffed mushroom, and it only takes like 5 ingredients. I'm gonna make it in the air fryer, and I think it's gonna be something good just like snack on, because it's like after lunch, but it's not really dinner, but I'm kind of snacky, and so we're gonna make them, we're gonna munch on them. I'm gonna use jalapenos, but I hope it's not gonna be too spicy for Sherri, so let's show you how we're gonna make these. All right, here are the ingredients we're gonna need. I told you it was simple. And I'm going to link down below, as I try to always do, the recipe that I found online for this if you wanna make these yourself. Here's all I'm gonna need. The mushrooms, I got the whole white button mushrooms. You're gonna need some kind of a cheese. I'm using Colby Jack. You could also use cheddar, just like a shredded cheese. Ground sausage, so I have a ground pork country sausage. You're going to need some jalapenos, depending on the spice level you like. So I'm just gonna use 2 of these, and then you're going to need some cream cheese. And basically all that it is you're gonna create like a filling with the cheese, the cream cheese, the jalapenos, and the pork sausage. To kind of create that as a filling, we're going to take the stems off of the mushrooms and kind of create those, you know, the little hole in the mushroom to fill it with that delicious stuffing, and then we're gonna air fry it. And I have no doubt this is going to be good. That's what I will say. I'm going into this recipe, I have no doubt. It's going to be amazing. But now, we've got to make it. So the first thing we're gonna do is get all of our mushrooms prepared. So let's prepare some mushrooms. Okay, so the way I'm gonna do it with the mushrooms, as you can see, obviously, full stem there. So we're just going to pop out that stem. It creates that little hole in there. That is what our filling is gonna go in. But Sherri and I are doing salads for lunches this week. So I have a Ziploc bag that I'm just going to put all of the mushroom stems in, because I will go through a little bit later and cut these up, and we'll use those in our salads. So all I'm gonna do is go through and do, gosh, I'm not gonna do all of the mushrooms. You can see this is how many I have, but I bet I'm gonna try to do, I don't know, maybe half of this. And I am looking for the bigger mushrooms. There are some in here that are just kind of small, and so I want bigger ones if possible. Like, this is a great one. And the smaller ones, I will go ahead and just chop up in salads. I might use them in frittatas, that kind of stuff. All right, so you can see I have all of my mushrooms that I'm gonna use in there. The rest of the mushrooms that are left, all the stems, I just have in a Ziploc bag. I can get some air out of there. And then this is just going to go in the fridge till I need to use these. So the next thing we're gonna do is actually cook our sausage. We're gonna cook our pork sausage right here in our cast iron skillet. So I'm gonna get this out of the packaging and into the skillet. And what we're looking for the sausage is actually pretty simple. We're just looking for browned and drained. So, oh my God, that's gross. That looks like a toe, the way I cut that. That's nasty. I can't unsee that. And so we are just going to get this browned up, get it all cooked, and we are going to drain off the fat from this. And while that's cooking, I am going to start chopping up my 2 jalapenos. Now, I love spice. Like, I'm a big fan of hot foods. Sherri does not like spice at all. However, she recently had a jalapeno cheese dip that she said was great, and it had jalapenos in it, and it wasn't spicy. So we're gonna give this a try. I'm going to use less jalapeno than the recipe calls for. I'm obviously gonna get all of the seeds out so that hopefully there's no heat, or at least as little heat as possible, and Sherri will be able to enjoy this. So let's get our jalapenos cut up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut top off there. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this right down the middle. And then what I'm actually gonna do is take a spoon and just kind of go through and get that vein and all of the seeds out. Try to remove all of that as possible. or as much of that as possible, so that I'm left with this, like the flesh of the jalapeno, but the seeds, where a lot of the spice is, are all gone. And then I'm just gonna take this, and I want these in pretty small strips. So I'm just gonna cut them up like that, and then we're gonna go through and we're just gonna dice these up. And there you go, you can see we've got jalapenos diced up there. Now, let's go check on our sausage. Pro tip, after you cook jalapenos, if you're like me, and you just like are incessantly touching things, primarily your face, your eyes, your glasses, wash your hands, wash your dang hands, because for sure, I have multiple times cut up a jalapeno, dealt with something spicy, and then be like, oh, let me just touch my eye like a moron, and then I just regret every decision I've ever made in my life. So, jalapenos are done. The mushrooms are ready. The sausage is getting cooked. We probably have a couple more minutes left, and I'll pick you up when the sausage is done. All right, looks like our sausage is done. It is pork sausage, so we just want to make sure all the pink is cooked out, and that is pretty much the consistency we're looking for. What's really great is that there's actually not a ton of fat in this, so I'm really not going to need to drain anything off. So now I've got a bowl here that I am just going to, well, first let's turn that off so I don't, you know, die. And then I'm just going to take this and dump it here into this bowl. And if you do happen to spill a piece, that just means you get to eat that. Now we're just taking our bowl of sausage over here, and what we're gonna do is actually mix in our cream cheese, boom, our regular cheese, boom, and the jalapenos we cut up. And I did let the cream cheese come to room temperature. However, adding it right to the top of the hot sausage is going to help it melt. So now that everything's in that bowl, that's like all of our filling, let's go ahead and mix that all up. All right, I think we're getting awfully close. You can see everything is pretty well incorporated there. Now I do want to give it a little bit of a try before I stuff the mushrooms with it, so let's see how it is. Whoa. It needs more jalapeno. And I think Sherri will be fine with it because I removed all those seeds. It's not hot, but there's not enough of that like jalapeno flavor. So I do have one more pepper. I'm gonna cut it up and add it to this, but that's like the only thing it's missing. It doesn't need any salt. I might add a little bit of pepper because the saltiness from the sausage actually is plenty. So another jalapeno, a little bit of pepper, mix it up, and then we'll stuff the mushrooms. All right, so I have more jalapeno cut up. Add it in there, add a little bit of pepper, mixed it all in. It tastes much better now. So now what I'm gonna do, I also have my air fryer basket here, is I'm going to take this spoon. Oh my gosh, I need to rinse that out because that had jalapeno seeds on it, and Sherri would not have been happy about that. So now I'm gonna take this spoon that does not have jalapeno seeds on it anymore, and I'm going to fill the mushrooms. So let's do it. So I'm just gonna take something kind of like that, and then we're just going to smash it down in there. You want to fill it. Now these don't actually have huge pockets in there, so we're not gonna be able to fit a ton in. So I actually want it to be a little bit kind of bulging out of the top, like that. Just make sure it's smashed in there, and then right in the air fryer. And we're gonna do the exact same thing with every one of these mushrooms. My favorite mushrooms to do this with are actually from Costco. Costco sells mushrooms that they're just absolutely gigantic. I mean, they're 2 or 3 times the size of this, and they have huge stems. So they create these huge pockets inside. But I didn't go to Costco. This is just from like our little neighborhood grocery store. And so these will work, but you definitely could have better mushrooms for this than these. All right, there we go. We have a whole bunch of mushrooms stuffed and in the air fryer basket. Now you can see we actually have quite a bit of the filling left. So let me tell you what I'm gonna do with that. You remember from earlier that I have a bunch of mushrooms left. So I could get out more mushrooms and just like take the stems out and stuff more. However, I don't love having a lot of leftover stuffed mushrooms because the mushroom gets, I don't know, it doesn't really do well. Like it just kind of, once you heat it, it gets really soft and mushy, and then it kind of stays soft and mushy. And so rather than making a ton of these so that we have a lot of leftover, I'm actually going to store the filling just like in a little container in the fridge. And then when I want more of these in the next day or two, I'll pull the filling out and I will just stuff some new mushrooms. To me, these are the kind of things that are best fresh. They don't necessarily stay really well or keep well. So I'd rather save the filling and the mushrooms separate and then make them again when I want them. But I know that we want these right now. And this is still a lot of mushrooms. We're gonna snack on these. These will probably be our side dish with dinner tonight. These may even be our dinner tonight. So I'm gonna put this in the air fryer and I'm going to go 370. And I'm probably going to start at about 7 minutes, and we'll check it. We'll check it at the 7-minute mark, just to see how they're doing. Just like that. That is empty. This just needs to have the lid go on it, and this is going in the fridge. So while the mushrooms are in the air fryer, I am going to clean my cast iron that the sausage was cooked in. I'm going to get this bowl rinsed out and in the sink, and I'm gonna wash off my cooking board or my cutting board, because again, it had the jalapenos on it. So I'm just gonna kind of spend these next few minutes just cleaning up so that when the mushrooms are done, the kitchen is clean. All right, it is going off. So let's see how it's looking. Oh, goodness gracious. It looks spectacular. Is it done? I don't know. Here's the thing to remember. Everything in here is already cooked. Like, we're not waiting on anything to cook. So I think it needs a couple more minutes. The mushroom still feels a little bit hard. So let's put them in for, I don't know, maybe 3 more minutes. Oh, you know what? I have an idea though. We're gonna hit them with a little bit of honey hog. This is just a seasoning we absolutely love. And so I'm just gonna go a little sprinkle right on top of all these. There we go. Now, back in for about 3 minutes. Kitchen's clean, cast iron is clean, looks wonderful. So now we're just gonna wait for the mushrooms to be done, and then we're going to give them a try. We're gonna have Sherri try them. Fingers crossed they're not too spicy for her. And I hope we found a recipe that we can keep and use over and over. 3 minutes is up. Now, the moment of truth. Oh gosh. Yeah, these are done and they look spectacular and the camera's fogging up. I'm actually just going to leave these in here and let them cool down, because if I tried to eat one of these right now, it would be like shoving lava in my face. Like that, like just hot boiling cream cheese. No, we'll wait a minute. So we're gonna let those cool down for just a few minutes and then we've got to try them. I will say, I'm already really glad that I added the meat church to the top of that, the honey hog seasoning, because it just, like the smell, it added something that I can already tell was missing. So can't wait to try these. All right, Sherri Beth, you've been up here doing your hair stuff.
Yeah.
While I've been downstairs making some snacks for us.
Yeah.
Are you excited to try these?
It smells good.
Tell me your thoughts on the jalapeno thing.
I'm a little bit concerned because I don't usually like things with jalapenos because it's spicy, but you did remove all the seeds.
I did.
So I'm hoping it's not spicy.
I hope so too. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Sherri, I hope you like them, and I hope you don't burn your face off.
It smells really good.
It does smell good. I want you to try one first, because you're the one I'm concerned about. You selected one, okay.
So you've tried?
I tried the filling.
The filling?
And then I added more jalapeno, because it
Cool.
cool. Because I was like, it just wasn't even there. It didn't taste like a jalapeno popper at all. So I'm sorry in advance, maybe. Let's see how this goes. It smells good though. I did add some meat church to the top of it. A little bit of your honey hog. And I'm curious to know, maybe. Oh, what?
It's pretty good.
You like it? Is it spicy?
No. You can taste the jalapeno, but it's not spicy.
And that was the goal. All right, now it's my turn. All right, so here's mine. Let's give it a try. Gotta smell it. You guys know. A lot of you guys have picked up on that. I just smell everything before I eat it. Oh.
It's pretty good.
It's really good. Okay. If it was just me,
you can keep the seeds in.
I'd keep the seeds in, and I'd actually add 1 or 2 more jalapenos.
Oh.
Just because I really want it to have like a jalapeno flavor. I think that if it's gonna be called a jalapeno popper, it needs to like be clear. And to me, this is like a sausage and cheese stuffed mushroom with like some jalapenos in it. They're really good though. These are 1,000,000% something I will do again. They're so simple, they're so quick. They're such a good snack. A lot of times we don't have snacks on hand. We have like full meals and stuff, but you want something to munch on. And that's exactly what these are gonna be. I'm gonna put them, just like leave them out, and then throughout the rest of the day, we're just gonna be able to munch on these. So these, to me, is like many, many thumbs up. I have 2. If I had more, I'd give those. Sherri Beth?
Yeah.
What do you think? Give me your feedback on this. Give me your thoughts on this.
I think they're really good.
Okay.
I would not add more jalapenos.
Is there too much jalapeno for you?
No, I can taste it, which is fine, but I also don't like the taste of jalapenos.
Okay.
Or like other spicy peppers, even without the seeds. Like, I just don't like the taste of them. So this is good. Like, I'm gonna continue to eat these.
So success though.
Success, I think, yeah.
Would you want these again? Like if I made these again, would you be bummed?
No, I think I would totally eat them again.
You guys, there we go.
Go achieve.
Oh my gosh, it is so bright. Okay, that's well, okay. Anyway, friends, we love you guys. Thanks for hanging out as we made these delicious, delicious mushrooms, and now we are going to go eat them. Bye, friends.